Hey guys,
Welcome to Thursday Sauce.
hope you're all doing well and enjoying the show this week.
Great to have you with us this evening. Here's what's coming up.
Kicking things off on tonight's show, we've got Terry the Odd Job Man sharing his local knowledge with you, only as Terry can.
And we start getting excited about the weekend with Owen from Oxjam, who are taking over Stokes Cross this Saturday.
Nat speaks to Giles Watson, Bristol's Surfers Against Sewage rep, about this weekend's beach cleans happening in Bristol and Portishead.
And we also look back to the sunshine of the past few weeks on Clevedon Pier to hear all about their new development plans.
Now, I know a thing or two about YouTube, but this guy seems to have nailed it. Literally. It's Terry the Odd Job Man.
Flo and Joe, they like to go every Sunday afternoon on a bike made for two. They travel far.
Welcome to Southmead. This is where I was spent 12 years of my life around here. I just live down the road there. My babbers!
When I first moved there, it was, being a young lad, it was very oppressive.
Yeah.
Like
What was going on?
Well, a lot of racism.
Yeah.
You have to remember, it was a time when my family moved up here, there were very few black families who were up here. And what came with that was a lot of sort of discrimination.
Yeah.
You know, people not accepting people from different cultures and stuff.
Yeah.
But as the years have gone on, I've found it easy to integrate with people.
Yeah.
Because in Safety, what you'll find is a very, very strong community spirit.
There is, yeah.
And you'll always find that people are willing to help each other out. And as you can see, just looking around now, it's developed and it's integrated into a more culturally aware, place.
Here we are at Southmead Youth Centre in the heart of the Mead. Obviously where I used to grow up. Spent a lot of my time when I was about 10 years old. Obviously the artwork has got better since. Because before Tupac came along, it was stuff like your ma's a nutter, your ma's gonna have an epi at you if you keep, all these kind of things, your uncle's gay.
We used to kiss and cuddle in the back garden. I won't let the secrets out.
Fair play.
When I was a little girl.
In the old days.
Yeah. We was in the garden and we was kissing and that, and somebody come out and said, "Stop kissing behind in the garden."
See, young at heart. You say, "Oh, it's funny. I can't believe that." That's
I'm 38 now and I've got 6 children now.
Bloody hell.
Another one on the way.
Life is like parenthood, babe. There's no instructions, no guarantee, and no refund. You got to get on with it, right? And it's no good being miserable. Hell, there's enough misery in the world, isn't it? You don't need to add to it.
A lot of good memories round there, like. A lot of good memories round there. You saw a lot of cars on fire in my day. Didn't have to wait till November the 5th, like, for fireworks because you got it here in the Mead. And there's nothing wrong with fireworks in January. Yeah? If a car, kids used to, car on fire, we used to come out with marshmallows and sweet corn. Where can you do that anywhere? You wouldn't see that in Clifton, won't you?
As you've heard on The Source, this week we're running a beach clean this weekend at Portishead Beach, along with the guys from The Wave, which is a new surf lake coming to Bristol next year. But you might not know why we're doing it. So to help explain things, I caught up with local Surfers Against Sewage rep, Giles Watson. I'm here down at the harbour side with the Bristol rep for Surfers Against Sewage, Giles Watson. Giles, thanks for joining us on The Source.
My pleasure.
So tell me a bit about yourself and your involvement with SAS.
Well, I'm the rep for Bristol, so that means I help to organise events and fundraising things and beach cleans. We've got one coming up for Surfers Against Sewage, which is like an environmental pressure group. Campaigning for cleaner seas and for marine plastics to get taken off beaches and things like that.
So how long have you been involved with them?
I think it's probably been almost 4 or 5 years now that I've been a rep for Bristol, rep for SAS in Bristol.
And how did that come about? Obviously, I imagine through a love of surfing, perhaps?
Absolutely, but I got introduced to Hugo, the director of SAS, and he knew I was moving to Bristol to start a teaching career, and so he asked me at the time, we're looking to expand and to get regional reps, would you be interested? And I've said, well, yeah, I'd love to do it. And that's it, really. I can't really remember anything more than that, other than it just sort of fell into place.
So you're a teacher here in Bristol?
Well, actually in Clevedon.
Okay, yeah. And you're, so it's a voluntary position that you do with Surfers Against Sewage. And why would people want to get involved with their projects?
Well, they do a number of things, really. They started off in the early 90s as kind of a pressure group against specifically water companies who were discharging raw sewage to surfing beaches when they didn't think people were in the water, but surfers always were. And so they campaigned for that, and that was very successful. But that's still going on. So if you get involved with SAS, you help SAS to lobby water companies to push for cleaner, beaches and bathing waters throughout the year.
Yeah, very important.
It is, yeah. Because people were getting really ill, ear, nose and throat infections and, some nasty stuff. So the situation's improved a lot thanks to SAS, but it's still, there's still been a few discharges this summer, for example, after the heavy rain. So there's still work to be done there. But their other work is quite a lot of stuff around marine litter and plastics specifically. And that's why they organise the beach cleans and things like that. So that's one of the ways that people can get involved.
And as you may have already heard on the show, we will be running a beach clean this Saturday at Portishead. But of course, if you're here in the city of Bristol and you want to join Giles, you're running one as well this Saturday.
Yes, I am, in the Avon Gorge on Saturday morning. It's a very beautiful spot. It's underneath the bridge. The suspension bridge, and we've done it the last few springs and it's been really, really good. And now SAS are doing the autumn series and we're part of that as well. So yes, under the in the Avon Gorge, starting at about 9:30 on Saturday morning.
So what's the aim of the clean-up? Obviously it's to pick up rubbish, but why is it there, and why should people come and get involved?
Well, I mean, it is to pick up rubbish, but it's also an educational thing and a community thing too, to get people together. People should come because there's too much plastic out there in the environment, and okay, it's not a beach, but it's still part of the Beach Clean series, and that stuff is either coming in from the sea or on its way out with the tides. So, the more plastic we pick up from, if it's not in a recycling plant or in people's homes, the better, really. And so we're trying to get as many people as we can down there to pick up the litter from the beach, from the riverbank.
Fantastic. So what time should people be down there?
Well, we're starting. We're going to meet at about 9:30 on the top of the towpaths on the Leewood side, so the North Somerset side, and then we'll walk down to where the actual clean site is, which is further down towards the National Trust. There's an archway. It's Nightingale Valley, I think it's called, and then the bank kind of opens out, and there traditionally is where the high tide is like a strand line, so there's lots of plastics there, and that's where we've held the last couple of cleans and had a lot of success. We've got a lot of rubbish from that one spot, believe it or not. So we're going to do the same thing again.
So yeah, I heard that I think last year you collected around a ton of rubbish in the space of less than 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours really. We did.
Incredible.
I mean, it must have been close to a ton. I mean, we had a Rangers truck from the National Trust drove us back and forth, and we did it 8 times, and it was full and like brimming, with stuff, all types of things, mostly obviously plastic. But last time we did it was a lot of styrofoam, and that gets everywhere, and there was a lot of stuff, all types of things, old white goods and things like that, and loads of other bits and bobs. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, everyday items that we just don't think about them ending up in the seas.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Wonderful. So do get involved. If you can't join us in Portishead, then come and join Giles on Saturday morning. Do they need to bring anything with them?
No. I mean, we've got bags, we've got gloves, we've got pickers and things like that. Just, a pair of sturdy shoes, really wellies. And it's family friendly, but maybe not the really little ones, because you are on the edge of a river and that kind of thing.
Wonderful. Giles, thanks so much for joining us on The Source, and good luck, and maybe we'll catch up with you afterwards and find out how it all went.
Yeah, and compare our hauls.
Yeah, thank you.
Good work going on there. Check out the Facebook page for more details on both beach cleans happening on Saturday.
Right, that's it for part 1. See you after the break.